I get the sense that the start may well be oh so important for Tyler.
It is fascinating
85.
what he said. Win or lose, I'll just play and see how it goes. Sometimes that can be seen as a stock line from an interview from a dart player when
46.
they don't really know what to say. But I believe him. I think he's looking at the next couple of afternoons as an opportunity to learn something about himself, which is exactly the right way to look at it.
96. WK 170.
Well, Petersen first to finish, looking at the big fish. He's not going to find that to get the day's action underway. So thought to hang on to his throw, looking at 106. He's probably going to have to take out the 106. Petersen leaving himself on double 15 if this doesn't go.
It might.
Getting shown the first
An early
leg,
indication of
Thorpe.
how good this lad is. First ton plus checkout in his first
Second
leg.
Devon to throw first. Game on.
For the match. And for a comprehensive win in his debut game on this stage. It started a 106 checkout. And it almost ended with a 152.
75.
This is just to get a leg in his first game. Doesn't want to start on the back foot. Massive pressure on this tops.
35.
That might be that.
Taluka 32.
His first dart at a double, and it may well be the only dart that Devon Petersen gets at a double in this game. Because Tyler Thorpe pins double 16 for a 4-0 win. A really good debut performance on the live lounge stage. He has dethroned the reigning ADC Global Champion to nil. He threads into 9, hit a ton plus checkout. He chased the treble with dart 3 to try and leave himself on double 12. He's then drifted wide into the 5 and may only get one dart at the end of this to
96.
actually get the game wrapped up.
Nicholas Ricard 79.
On the bright side, he's still on a 2-darter, but why are you doing that? Well, blow me down.
39.
I thought the only person in the world who
100.
did that was Martin Adams. Turns out that somebody else does 39 tops on 79 with a person on a finish that they are facing. He's gotten away with it.
60.
But
Nicholas
that is
Ricard
not
40.
something he should do under pressure later in this group.
Well, he's had 6 darts already to wrap this contest up.
Getting shown the
And
match,
eventually,
Nicholas
Thuillier does seal a 4-2 victory to get his Group C campaign up and running. He's stormed into a 3-0 lead. And if he can click all the components together, he is going to be an innate danger. But Masek, with a 140, has left himself on a 2-darter. And Colley, exclusively, pretty much in every single leg, has left himself something handy after either 9 or 12. But that first dart will absolutely eke him inside.
78.
Not a bad lead.
Alexander Ricard 76.
Masek can't make a mistake.
Getting
He
shown
doesn't
the
make
sixth
one.
leg,
That's a really good
Alexander Masek.
find.
$96.
Colley was looking for more, but he has not wobbled, and he's going to get match dart at tops.
Well, this is some last leg, isn't it? Tops after 12 on throw. He's basically piled it on Masek.
140.
Effectively telling his
40.
opponent he had to take this leg out in 4 visits. This for the match, and to get his campaign up and running with a win. Double 10.
30.
But it's been that
Alexander
component
Ricard,
of his game
108.
that has caused him all sorts of problems. 13 missed darts at a double for Reece Colley. Is that going to be his Achilles heel?
That one really did
46.
deflect.
Ricard 10.
Not good for the check. Good sign for Colley, who gets another attempt to win. And this
Finish on the
time,
match,
he
Reece
does
Colley.
find the mark. You can see what that meant to him. And the reason is, he can leave tops from the number he's left. He will not go
100.
14 double 16
Ricard
here.
46.
100%.
And so this for the match, double top. For
Getting shown the
midnight,
match,
Joe
Murnan.
Murnan to seal a 4-2 victory over Devon Petersen and to get himself on the board. Work for the African Warrior to do. So 6 darts on 161 to seal a second consecutive 4-0 victory, and he's probably
41.
thinking, what is all this Super Series lark all about? Because he's made it look like mincemeat so far.
You can do some great things with mincemeat.
Tally the car 120.
It's not going to be 3 of them, is it? No. Good choice. It's Tops for the win.
Gains on the match.
Tops to
Thorpe.
seal a second consecutive 4-0 win for Tyler Thorpe. There was expectation on this young man before he walked into this build. 1-2-7 to take charge of the game. Trouble 19 got bullseye for Colley.
102.
He gave that a
Nicholas
good
Car,
scare.
104.
He certainly did. He's gained a lot of confidence from some of the things that have gone well in his first game. It's Tops for Thuillier. Very
Gains
well
on the
done.
third
That's a
leg, Nicholas
beautiful dart
Thuillier.
at Tops. I don't understand why people called him that. It's Mardle. I
132.
think it was more of a mispronunciation about 20 odd years ago, and it just stuck.
Well, we all say Michael Van Gerwen's name wrong.
Yeah, it's Mikhail,
125.
Van
Nicholas Car,
Gerwen.
54.
but we've anglicised it.
Tops for what would be an
Gains on
11
the match,
darter
Reece Colley.
to seal a 4-1 win for Reece Colley, saving his best leg for the last leg.
Tally the car
And so
96.
Sasha Masek, to get his first win on the board, is looking at 96.
I like what he's just done
56. Devon Car 40.
because he knew exactly what he was going to do if he missed the treble 20. He didn't even think about it. It's a must.
30.
Double 10 has been quite
Alexander
kind to him
Car,
over the last
40.
few days, but not on this occasion, so Masek can put him away for the first time this week. 4 legs to 2.
Gains on the match. Alexander
And that's
Masek.
exactly what he does, and that may well be a springboard for Sasha Masek. His first win of the day just gives himself some kind of hope to retain his 100% record at the beginning of this Group C. And he's going to get 2 darts in his hand at double 12 to do precisely that.
51.
Colley's had match darts.
Car 40.
He's missed 2 of them at double 12. Murnan has 3 in hand at tops.
Closest game of the day. And if
Gains
there's
on the
one
match,
thing
Joe
you
Murnan.
can't do with Joe Murnan, and that is leave him on Tops with 3 darts in hand.
May not have the same academic feel because Thuillier's on 65 here to bring it back to 3-2. Now, he's going to have to take it out, but if he does, all of a sudden we've got a contest on our hands because Thuillier would have the darts in the next to take us all the way. Double top
25.
goes high, and so
Tyler Carr,
Thorpe to seal a
60.
4-1 win.
He's already had a dart to win at the bull, but this is a lot easier.
Gains on
That
the match,
is
Tyler Thorpe.
brilliant. Once again, he dominates the score when he plays.
Joe Car 155.
Offers a free chance to win the match to Murnan. There goes that opportunity. But the thing is, with Masek going back to 62,
97.
leaving
Alexander Car
58
62.
is a genuine possibility of a match shot.
Double 16
30.
is not going to save it
Car
for the
58.
check. And it could well be checkmate for Masek. Because Murnan looks at tops to complete a 4-1 win.
Gains
The
on the match,
4-1 win
Joe
it
Murnan.
is for Joe Murnan. Not enamoured at all by his performance, but my goodness, will he be absolutely pleased with the 6 points that he's picked up. Still got one more game to go. Incredible atmosphere. Particularly when they did the hacker before. It was amazing.
140.
I remember when Phil Hazel did it.
Nicholas Car
Craig
158.
Caldwell against me and Simon Whitlock. Remember this? We will
Gains on the
remember
third
it.
leg, Nicholas
What a
Thuillier.
shot from Thuillier to take the lead.
Some darts. But that's not the first time we've seen him miss a big number today, which means only 1 in hand at tops on this
38.
turn. But he is going to come back for plenty more visits should he want it.
Get it down there just in case. There have been games
81.
lost today
Nicholas Car 20.
by people who have had the command.
Double 10 to complete a 4-3 win Can he just clip it up the barrel? Yes, he can.
Again showing the match.
Finds a way
Thuillier.
through and finds yet another win.
And he's walking around very freely. Treble 18.
93. Reach car
Forcing Colley to
130.
hit this, otherwise he will lose. Bull.
105.
Gave it a
Tower
shake.
car 40.
But that might be that.
To continue this absolute destruction of the group. Double 5.
Again showing the
Double
match.
5,
Thorpe.
sealing another absolute demolition from Tyler Thorpe. He's dropped just one leg for the day so far.
So Masek could not finish it off there. Thuillier is not going to find himself to the bull.
38.
But Masek could
Alexander
now
Carr,
end
100.
this 4-2.
Double top.
Again
Well, that's
showing
a
the match.
superb
Alexander
finish
Masek.
to what at times has been a troubling day for Sasha Masek. But that's a victory which just keeps him tucked in and around.
Tower car 160.
Insane temperament and insane scoring power.
$60. Joe car
Well,
145.
if I were him, I would have left 98 again. He's not going to go for double 11 on the last start, was he? He does like tops.
121.
We have established
Tower car
that.
100.
Does he get a shot at it? It's begging to be hit. Absolutely
third leg,
begging to
Tyler
be
Thorpe.
hit. One more leg, and he will be a
Fourth leg,
record
Joe with the
breaker and his
first.
first day at the
Game.
office.
Well, this would be some way to end it. And that sat perfectly for a second, unable to find.
105.
And so
Joe
Murnan
car
103
103.
to give a second leg concession of the day to Tyler Thorpe. And this is what you've had to do to win legs against Tyler.
83.
But
Tower
this,
car
for what would
65.
be a record-breaking day. His first ever day here. If he hits this double 6,
Yeah,
he
he's
would have
showing the match,
completed
Tyler
the
Thorpe.
card for the day with a concession of just one leg. That's the least amount of legs dropped by any player in any session in Super Series history. That young man in your picture there, Tyler Thorpe, was given the big build-up. He came here with a big reputation. And my word, has he stood up and delivered. And he saved his best performance for last. An average just under 102.
Yeah,
We're
155.
so obsessed with next, aren't we? Let's focus on now, Devon. If he's doing that, he's doing a really good job. And this is the best opportunity he's
99.
had to get a comfortable win, arguably all week.
Well, Reece Colley is
100,
going to be
Devon Carr, 56.
absolutely infuriated with his return. He won his first 2 games. It looks like he's on the cusp of 3 defeats to end the session. Double
Again
top
showing the match. Devon
for a
Petersen.
4-1 win. A much better performance than Devon Petersen. Average of 87.5 in that one. That's how the table looks. Tyler Thorpe at the top of the table, 10 points, plus 19 in terms of legs difference. To put that in comparison, nobody else has a positive legs difference. Joe Murnan at an equal kilter on 0. Reece Colley, Sasha Masek both on 4 points. Nicholas Thuillier also on that mark. And Devon Petersen at the bottom of the pile, having picked up just a solitary win on his debut day here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Well, Tyler's joined myself and Nico here in the studio. You've made this look easy. I bet it didn't feel like it out there.
Absolutely not. No chance. I think I got away with a lot of stuff. I think I got lucky at times, but when they gave me the chance, I ended up punishing them for it, and that's the only reason I got away with everything that I did. But I've enjoyed myself out there today, and that's all I've come here for, and I can't complain at anything else.
Did the first game kind of set the tone? Because you got off to a very quick start. Did that just kind of lay the foundations for yourself?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I said to myself that that first game meant everything to me. I didn't want to let myself down, and I don't think I did. I just wanted to go out there and try and produce what I knew I could. Some of the scoring could have been a little bit better. It was a bit shaky now and then, but the finishing was what got me through everything. And when my finishing's going well, I can't really complain at anything.
We have a lot of people that feed us a lot of information when it comes to players, particularly new players like yourself. A lot of the people that we were speaking to, whether that be on WhatsApp messages or people around the building talking to us about you, said nothing but positives. Sometimes they can be wrong. They weren't today.
Yeah, sometimes they can be very, very wrong. I think some people have bias. If it is someone that they've known for a while or someone that lives very close to them and they seem pretty good, they might over-egg the omelette. But what we've heard in the last few days about Tyler, nothing but positive. And I think because of getting our fingers burnt in the past, trying to egg someone up a bit more, we said, right, let's see what he's capable of. We've seen the numbers. We know that he's won a development tour very recently, but we wanted to see it for ourselves in this place, and he did not disappoint.
Didn't at all. And I suppose that the question we want to ask, because we've seen a lot of you in terms of Dev Tour, first time we've kind of seen you on a stage, first time we've really got to kind of know you as a player. Where did it all begin? Where did the journey within the sport begin for yourself?
While I was at uni, I mean, I grew up, from the get-go, I grew up around my family, always played darts. That's been the way for me. I was playing Super League and stuff at, I think, 13, 12. I was playing pub league and stuff. Did my GCSEs, A-levels, all that, and I stopped playing for a while. And then while I was up in uni in Preston, I met Stu Wilson and Nathan Kerr, and they told me to get on the tours and stuff. So I started following along with them, and I've always enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. So I decided to do it. I told my parents that at the end of the day, I want to pursue this, and I'll put the work in. So I decided to go back down home, and I've worked on it from down there. And I'll put the work in, and as long as I do that, I can't really grumble at anything that goes wrong for myself.
Do you know what? We've spoken a lot to players, and university darts is something that's really booming.
Yeah, it's different avenues, isn't it? We've talked about the blueprint of getting through the 1990s and the early noughties, where you play Super League, you play county darts, you go to a few tournaments and maybe play for your country. There's different levels of that. You could go to the Europe Cup, play home internationals, or even World Cup, which was hosted recently in South Korea. And some of our close friends here at the MODUS Super Series got to do that. But there are so many different blueprints now. You've got that traditional route is still there. You can go through the ADC route, which is something that a lot of players have used to get here. But there are other avenues as well. I mean, look at Gezi Price. He was barely known until he went through Q school. And next thing you know, 7 years later, he's a world champion. These things happen. And there are commonalities. And for some reason this week, Lancashire keeps coming up. We've had it with our Group A winner. I've heard Stu Wilson's name mentioned a lot this week. So I think we need to give a hat tip to Stu. When you go to Lancashire, I think you figure out what kind of dart player you want to be. And what we've seen today is just another slice of that.
Could I ask, what did you study at university?
I was doing astrophysics.
From astrophysics to darts? It's
a rough one. It's a rough one.
I'll tell you what, we don't often see that within the sport, but and I suppose it's interesting because it goes to show that we've spoken about players like Nico Springer in the past that have taken that back step whilst they've studied, and then once they've finished their studies, they've gone on, they've taken the game more seriously. And there is a serious point to this because it's the same as any sport. It may not always work at the top level, but you always need that something to fall back on.
Sometimes you do. When he said astrophysics, the first person I thought of was Bryson DeChambeau, because he went to college and he studied physics, and he utilised a lot of his knowledge from his degree to enhance his equipment and to figure out how to putt better and all this kind of stuff. Now I'm starting to figure out from Tyler's action and some of the things he does that some of his knowledge is going to transcribe into maybe some of the equipment that he uses or his approaches. This is the kind of thing we want to see. Darts is different now. In the 90s when we were growing up, all the players came from the pub. Now they're coming from universities and they're coming from dart clubs. So what does that breed in the future? Mainstream, high-level sponsors, more money. And what we know about Tyler already is that he wants to do what he enjoys. And if the financial burden can be taken away, you can go and do what you want. And I'm so excited about the future when we've got players like him.
How did you find it out there today? Because we were talking on commentary. You just looked
so cool, calm, composed. It didn't look like anything phased you at any point today.
I've always, like, whenever I'm watching it, I've always just looked at, like, I want to know what goes on behind everything. I just want to be on there in terms of, so I know what goes on. So when I was actually up on there having a chuck, it felt good, everything about it. So when I went into that first game, I just went, as long as I know that I'm throwing all right, everything will be all right. And I really can't complain at anything over that.
I think when people can throw the safety net as well, so if you've got a really good support network, I always say to people, what's your worst case scenario? If the worst case scenario is losing is something I just don't want to have, and they put so much pressure on themselves to perform because it's the be-all and end-all, I see a somewhat lackadaisical attitude from Tyler, which I think a lot of us can learn from. Because if you have that support network, and even if you do pick up a loss here and there, or even a few of them, as long as you've got that support network to keep you up, then you can play with a bit of ease and play the way he has. So if you can just have something to cling to when you have the bad days, the good days will be even sweeter.
Right, Tyler, we'll have another.